Our Father who is in heaven, holy is your name which created your kingdom of worlds. Your acts are done on earth as you do them in heaven. So please give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our lack of knowledge as we forgive those in our lives who display a lack of knowledge. Keep us aware and self-aware during times we are close to displaying ignorance. Deliver us from evil, for thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever and ever. Amen. Our Mother, who was on earth, sent by the Son, Jesus Yeshua Christ of Nazareth, holy is your name, which ministers to your kingdoms within the world. Your works are seen in heaven as they are seen on earth. Give us tonight the manna of this earth, and let us drink from your secret wine of understanding, so that we may forgive and continue to forgive those who trespass against us, even if we did not trespass against them. Surround and fill us with God's goodness in all spheres, for thine is the power of the glory of the kingdom, forever and ever. And so it is. Nam Dominus es infinita sapientia intelligens. Welcome to Night Game. You are playing now. Tonight's level, we are going to talk about man, woman, and why there is someone who's in love with you, someone who's obsessed with you. Can you hear that? That's Arcturus. Whenever you hear birds, that's Arcturus. Just coming to say hi. They love you over there, in the name of Jesus. So now this person who's in love with you, that's the reason why you keep seeing these soulmate readings. That's the reason why you keep having this feeling inside you that something is coming, something to do with love, that you're just right around the corner from being with your soulmate. But the truth is, you already have your soulmate who already paid for you by taking your place in Hades when he crossed the threshold, took the keys, and then offered them back to you. His name is Yeshua of Nazareth. And this man has already paid your bride price, your dowry, years ago, millions of years ago. So of course, now that you are his clean, innocent bride, someone wants to take you away from him. Now, who on earth would want to take away Jesus's clean bride? The only one who would refuse Satan or Samael. Why would he go after them? Let's read to first see how man was made and when man was made. And in the first page of the Bible, we'll see something curious because we will learn that there are humans and there are other things that were created. So let's go to Genesis 2. So if you have been keeping up with your monosoul directive playlist, then you already know. We've already discussed how creation was made. So let's start from chapter 2, the Garden of Eden. Thus the heavens and the earth and all the host of them were finished. So now God's finished creating everything, right? So people have already been created, right? Okay, let's see, because we're on number 2. And on the 7th day, God ended his work which he had done. And he rested on the 7th day from all his work which he had done. Perfect, we got this. So he rested on the 7th day. All the work was done. Let's continue. Then God blessed the 7th day and sanctified it, because in it he rested from all his work which God had created and made. So they tell you 3 times that he finished everything. It was done, and then he rested. And then it says, this is the history of the heavens and the earth when they were created, in the day that the Lord God made the earth and the heavens. So then they tell you a 4th time. So it's done. He's finished. But then it does something strange when we get to verse 5. Have you ever noticed that 5 is always connected to these strange things since you've been watching this playlist, playing this game with us? Even the songs on the records, always the 5th song, has something special to tell you. Well, let's see what that clue is. Let's put it together. Before any plant of the field was in the earth, and before any herb of the field had grown, for the Lord God had not caused it to rain on the earth, and there was no man to till the ground. But a mist went up from the earth and watered the whole face of the ground. And the Lord God formed man of the dust of the ground and breathed into his nostrils the breath of life, and man became a living being. The Lord God planted a garden eastward in Eden, and there he put the man whom he had formed. So, yeah, after he had rested, and we've talked about the resting phase, it tells us that before anything had grown on the earth, before he put any vegetation, he made man. And he put man in a garden. Let's go back to when God created vegetation. In Genesis 1, verse 11, it says, Then God said, Let the earth bring forth grass, the herb that yields seed, and the fruit tree that yields fruit according to its kind, whose seed is in itself on the earth. And it was so. 12. And the earth brought forth grass, the herb that yields seed according to its kind, and the tree that yields fruit, whose seed is in itself according to its kind. And God saw it was good. So the evening and the morning were the 3rd day. So here it tells us that on the 3rd day, God created seeds and it was beautiful, it was growing. But that was the 3rd day. But then here in chapter 2, verse 5, it says, before that, before any plant of the field was in the earth, God made man and put him in Eden. But then we go back to number 1, and it says in number 26, after the vegetables, it says, Then God said, Let us make man in our image according to our likeness. So who is this man who was created after the vegetation? And who is this man who was created before the vegetation? This man was created after let there be light. Because here it says, when they were created, in the day that the Lord God made the earth and the heavens. So where does it say he made the earth and the heavens? Chapter 1, verse 1. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. The earth was without form and void, and darkness was on the face of the deep. And the Spirit of God was hovering above or over the face of the waters. Then God said, Let there be light, and there was light. Number 3. Now, I want you to take number 3 and read number 5. Vikeli version 3.5. So then cut and paste from 3 and go to 5. Then say, before any plant of the field was in the earth, and before any herb of the field was grown, for the Lord had not caused it to rain on the earth. It makes sense, right? He just created the heavens and the earth, and it hasn't rained yet. Remember our past games where I said 0, the idea. Then it goes 1, 2, water, earth. Then it goes 3, 4, Venus. Watch the other things, you'll know what I'm talking about. Okay, so then he makes Eden and man. So before God completed the 7 days of creation, he already made Eden and he put the 2 people there. So while he's still creating on the outside of Eden, Adam and Eve are living there. And that's why now it all makes sense and you can stop blaming God for problems because he told you everything. Now, how can we prove that indeed there were people besides Adam and Eve? Okay, so let's go to Cain and Abel. So I'm sure you've all heard of Cain and Abel. That's chapter 4. Cain and Abel were brothers. So now in Sunday school, they'll teach you that there are 4 people on earth. There's Adam and Eve and Cain and Abel. And afterwards came Seth. So now you know the story. Abel did an offering to God of his animals. And God liked that more than vegetables. Why? Because God likes you to return to him the best of your flock. So your firstborn chickens. So when you get a job, the first money you get, go donate it to your cause. Don't give it to the church. You pray and ask God where to donate the money or what to do. That was Abel. Cain was like, no, I worked so hard tilling the soil. I went through so many tribulations. Take this vegetables and it should be better than just a chicken that was born and he gave it to you. Like, that's easy. And that's why Cain got angry, because God doesn't want your effort. God does everything for you. So he doesn't need you to do anything. And hi to Notorious 7175. Nice to see you in your Monosol Directive course. It's a game. So now, let's prove this. So now, Cain talked with Abel, his brother. And let's start at number 7. If you do well, will you not be accepted? And if you do not do well, sin lies at the door. And its desire, I don't like writing in the Bible, so I'll just underline, its desire is for you, but you should rule over it. Vikeli version 3.5.7. If you remember that, you will never ever be annoyed, scrambled, or unclear of what to do in any situation, because you'll have a strong foundation in your identity. And your identity is to do that, which is rule over the desire that is trying to eat you at your door. So what happened to Cain? So let's go to 9. Then the Lord said to Cain, where is Abel your brother? And he said, I don't know. Am I my brother's keeper? And he said, what have you done? The voice of your brother's blood cries out to me from the ground. So now you are cursed from the earth, which has opened its mouth to receive your brother's blood from your hand. When you till the ground, it shall no longer yield its strength to you. A fugitive. How can you be a fugitive if there are only 4 people there? Well, now 3 because Abel's gone. Let's keep going. A fugitive and a a fugitive and a vagabond you shall be on the earth. And Cain said to the Lord, my punishment is greater than I can bear. Surely you have driven me out this day from the face of the ground. I shall be hidden from your face. I shall be a fugitive and a vagabond on the earth, and it will happen. Here we go, guys. Verse 14, chapter 4. And it will happen that anyone who finds me will me. That's for the FCC. Okay, so who's gonna find him, guys? Who's gonna find him? Let's get these down. Genesis 1. Read from 1 to 3. This is chapter. This is verse. Then go to Genesis 2. Then start reading from verses 5. And then go to Genesis 4 and start reading from verses 7. Here I said, read 1 to 3, but essentially 3 is where you stop and then go to 5 in chapter 2 and then go to 7 in chapter 4. And when you do that, you will see that you have been playing with Vigeli version 3.5.7. Welcome, Group 7. Put your thumb on the screen to connect to the source code. This is your symbol. This is your inheritance. This is your life path. This shows that you belong to Jesus. Now, you know I love music, and there are 7 notes in the scale, and the last one is G, because that's who we belong to, the big G, the big man. And when the 7th angel blows the trumpet, it is done. We've already done that. It's happening. Everyone on TikTok was right. The rapture did happen. The rapture talk happened. But it's not like we are going to traumatize everyone by zapping you out of your body and leaving clothes strewn everywhere. Or we're not just going to make you disappear like, that HBO show where you just leave your cars and you're gone. We're definitely not going to suck you out of an aeroplane like the Nicolas Cage thing. And we're not going to, I can't remember all the other ones, but it's all been too dramatized. We work slowly. We work with the fluid, elastic nature of your mind. And as you come to the realization that you are a star marine, you were created first. I've been telling you since the beginning, when God said, let there be light, there was Lumania. And that's where you were made. If you listen to the songs in the links, in the playlists, in the description box, you'll find a song called Eden. That's what we're talking about. Because Eden was first. We were created first, and then the other humans were created. We're a special project from the Father himself. He comes and talks to us. It's nothing for him to talk to us like he did with Adam and Eve, our grandparents. And that's why he doesn't really talk to the other people he made on the sixth day. Because the Bible tells you that the number of man is 666. So the beast that's going to be coming to get those people comes from the sixth day creations. It's got nothing to do with us. It's from verse or chapter or whatever. Sixth day. Go watch the movie The Sixth Day with Arnie. My good friend Arnie. That's got nothing to do with us, guys. We're on a Star Marine program. That's why you need to get with the program and put your star name and your code in the comment section so we can find you. We use future time traveling technology. Go to the website in the description box to see how it works, but we need to find you in the future. So put your stuff in the comments and it'll be in the server forever and we'll get to you so that you don't go into the whole 666 delusion. That's why in 2019 we told you that in 2020 something was going to happen, but don't be afraid, just go with it. You will be safe because the things that we said are not directed towards you. They've got nothing to do with you. So don't take on other people's crosses because your price was already paid and prayed, paid by Jesus. So you don't need to go to those 666 people and try talk to them and try help them because they will lead you astray. That's why the devil doesn't care about them, because they are not involved in our movie that we are making, because we are making cinema. We're not making reality TV. Not that there's anything wrong with that. I love reality TV. So now I'm kind of vamping because I don't want to get to the implications of what it is now we are going to get into. And this is where I have to shout out Michelle, and I'm sorry, Michelle. I did shout you out again last year, but I did get your name wrong. Whenever I'm in the heavens, you know, my mental realm does not function because I'm above it in the astral. If you want to know what I'm talking about, go start from episode 1, viewer. But Michelle knows exactly what I'm talking about, and she's the one who always gives me the courage to play this part in this game for you, because it's quite horrifying as the game developers to talk about these subjects, especially to talk about them on a public platform. It's almost like Neptune has been released in the art or something. And so when I started playing this role, I came across Michelle, and she was so brave. She was so full of the Holy Spirit, and you could see it in her conviction, in how confident she was standing. Her King of Swords energy was holding not only her up, but the message she was giving at the time. And to see her now, literally a couple of hours ago, was a huge, huge life-affirming moment, because without her, I would not be telling you this. So if you go to the description box, you will see a bunch of educational links. I know that there are different people watching, people who can only concentrate for 10 minutes, people who can only concentrate for 30 minutes, 40 minutes, an hour, and beyond. So in order to make sure we reach everybody, if you can only concentrate for 1 minute, go to the first link in the description box that talks about be careful what you wish for, and go watch that. It's 1 minute, read the description box, and you're done. Have a good evening. If you are the Star Marine I know you to be, then buckle in, because we've got some things to discuss. And you will not only receive your Pentaclea, which is in the description box, so you can go ahead and begin using that. By the way, it is the 64th dawn in South Africa right now. If you're in America, it's the 63rd dawn for you. So we're in the 6th Spira of Aethon, and yeah, we're almost coming up to Mystikos season. So we're in Decennium or Decenum, the descent. This is where we go down to the secret realms, which I'm about to take you to or guide you through. You get there on your own. I just guide you in the game, the night game. And I'd like to just, thank you for being here, because I know you could be out drinking and partying, but instead you decided to come here and spend time with me in the night game. So I'm very, very happy you did, because now you get this message, baby. So let's talk about Eden and why you are obsessed with soulmates and what all happened. Okay, I know. Whenever I get to this, I try starting to run away. So, Michelle, you did it, so I am going to have the courage to do it too. Okay. Now, guys, something you don't know about me is I smoke a lot and I enjoy it very much. I trust that won't be an issue. Good. So we are part of the original family. The original family is Adam, Eve, Abel, Cain, and Seth. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Each of them work with your pyramids. Adam works in your Atziluth. He's your divine spark. He was the first created. Eve works in your Berea. She's the emotional aspect of the human experience, the emotional body, the mystery of how life is created. How is it possible for the divine feminine to hold a whole human which grows up to become a host of an inorganic intelligence? That's beautiful. Then, of course, there's Abel, who came from, oh, these are both Berea, by the way, because he's the baby. Again, you need to refer to our previous games to understand how these four worlds fit together with the 5 pyramids. Now we have Cain. He's Yetzirah. And remember how the lines kind of join? So Abel is a little bit Yetzirah, but Cain is very Yetzirah. And so is Seth, but Seth is Yetzirah in Asiya. Now this is where I told you the aquamarines are. Ooh. So if the aquamarines are there, that means that this is your red crown or pyramid. This is your white pyramid, the white shiny marble one. This is your gold pyramid. This is your aquamarine pyramid by Cain. And Seth is your purple gold pyramid. So I trust that's clear now, and you see why you initiate in the way you do, and why Jesus is a pivotal component. For there are many paths, but only one way, and this is it. Why? That's because Jesus offers the four-way path of initiation, which is the complete initiation. Other schools offer two or one. For example, Taoism offers two paths of initiation. Other things, the highest that you get from the most popular mystery schools is body, mind, and spirit. None of them have the resurrection. So when you initiate with Jesus, you not only get over the planet, you come back and rule it for the kingdom within. That's why we seek first the kingdom. And the rest of these things are added onto us, Matthew chapter 6, verse 33. Because when we work with Jesus, we aren't just doing it to create things on here. We are doing it to continue a creation process that has already been completed. So we don't have to worry about the things that the other people worry about, the 666 Brigade, the sixth day people. We are before the third day. We are Star Marines. Now, where does the name Star Marine come from? How come when you Google Star Marine, they tell you I'm a demon? They tell you that I'm taking over the principalities and I'm taking neighborhoods and I'm taking your kids and making them take drugs. That's what they tell you on Google when you Google me. Why are they lying? Well, I don't like to call them liars. I like to say that they're misinformed. So let's inform them now. What they're talking about, the fundamentalists, that is, they're talking about Cain. Now, we have nothing to do with that. So please get your facts straight before you come here not being correct, because you will be corrected. As Grady says, I correct them. I just threw that in for the fundies. So when people are talking about marine spouse, marine husband, they're talking about Cain, darling. Because you are being pursued by Cain. He's your soulmate that's telling you he's your divine masculine. Ooh, child, that was a lot. Haven't you noticed that weird kind of vibe you get from those divine masculine to divine feminine readings? It's always like, I'm coming, but I just want to find myself. I love you, just wait for me. Um, I'm still, how many years do you need to figure it out? When I meet someone and I like them, I tell them within 48 hours. And it goes back to what we talked about in the previous game session. Egregoires. If you don't tell someone you like them within the first 48 hours, you've created a mind lava. It's like a little maggot that exists in the clipothic realm of Yetzirah. Oh yes, there's a clipoth. The klipoth is a false sphere. Klipot, as the rabbis say. The klipot is a husk. When you want to drink a coconut, you want the juice inside, the electrolytes, the water. You don't want that brown husky thing that's dry. The clipoth is the brown husky thing you need to cut out so you can get to the juice, which is the sephirot. The clipoth is where Cain was sent to, so he's alive because he's a star marine. But he can't be with us in Lumania, you see. He can't be here. So he's in the clipothic version of Lumania, which is, you don't want to know about that. Now he is marked, so no one can touch Cain, because the rule is no one can harm a star marine, even the one who created us. That's why he took Cain out and put him with the people. And when the flood came, he couldn't go to heaven. Cain couldn't go anywhere. So he couldn't go to Yetzirah with the Akashic. Why couldn't he go to the Akashic records or to the Akasha? Because the version of God that works there in Japan, they know him. Oh yes, why do you think my music is in Japanese? Because I was talking to Akashic, the Japanese interface of Pluto, of God, the one who created everything, Genesis, that guy. He's the Akashic. So why would Cain be there? So Cain can't be there. Where can he go? The only place he can go, the clipothic realm. And that's where he's been contacting you. He's an aquamarine. He's the one we are sent to put back, vanquish, where they belong for all eternity. And we've done that. Look in the description box. I've given it to you. Because we come from Lumania and we have to clean up our own messes. So here we are cleaning up our own messes. So what does this mean for you? This means that as a bride of Christ, Samael has been sent to test you, because Samael is like a multiplexer. Did you know that Samael is the one who planted the tree of knowledge? Because Samael's goal is to teach you or tell you that you can achieve salvation with external knowledge. That if you just have the perfect key, the perfect recipe, then you'll be able to achieve everything you want. And his kid, Cain, and his mother Lilith, they are the ones who are telling you that if you just find your soulmate, everything will be fine and all your riches and wealth will unlock. That's not true, because you've already been paid for. Jesus, he's the one who took your place, so that when you come back every time in reincarnation, you will have the gift of the remembering. You will know who you are, and you won't be susceptible to Samael's intrusions. And that's the way it's meant to work. Samael is meant to test you because it's part of our integrity checks. Kamael cannot have a star marine who has been compromised working for the program. And so every length has been taken to make sure that you are always aware of what's happening to you. And we are so happy that you're not out at the nightclub right now, because you are now receiving the information you need, so that when you do find yourselves in those situations, you know exactly how to behave. How does this tie into your initiation, your self-guided initiation? Well, you have to remember that Samael, Cain, and Lilith operate in the third zone, the mental sphere, the black moon. And the only way to defeat them is through the law. Now, humans need to use Moses' law, but we use messianic law. There are three laws. There's a Brahmic law, and that's when we just abduct you. We come to you in person. That's when you have such an innocence that we just appear to you in sense physical. Then there's Mosaic law. That's when we tell you what laws to do in order for you to keep your mind on track and focused so that you don't fall out of the vortex or the golden spiral. This is where you get your law of attraction mind control techniques. Let me just think positive and everything will be well. Good, keep going. That's the 666 people. But we use messianic law. That's the highest law. That's the law that gave Jesus Christ, Yeshua, our husband, the authority to go against the Pharisees and the official synagogue of the day. When Jesus went and got baptized by John the Baptist, he was breaking a huge, huge rule. He was sinning according to the official synagogues of the time. So we are Star Marines, meaning we have special rules. We can do certain things that other people cannot do. And I've been telling you this for ages. And it's really sad for anyone who tries to do the things we can do, because it will always end in tears for them. Why? They just don't have the codes. They were not created then. We came from the mist and the air. They came from our image. Oops, I think I said too much. But you know what I'm saying. That's why I keep telling you, you cannot be with a human because they cannot handle your energy. You are a primordial being. You are the base element of all base elements. You can pick up an object and know its origin. You have the intelligence of the entire universe in one cell of your body. You can be, do, or have anything you want. So we do not want you to be hanging out with marine demons. So yes, let's go there. Marine husband, marine wife. I need a page for this. Let's do some cards first. Oh, no, they want me to do this. That's your next session, by the way. We haven't covered that yet. So you're marine. Clear the air. Let's use this one. Let's make it bright. Can you see how I'm stalling? So let's talk about Marine Kingdom spouses. In the Marine Kingdom, you have your Fae, who are divided into the Unseelie and the Seelie Court. These are what you would term the Jovian types, or the good guys. They're the guys who help you find lost money. They're the guys who give you good luck, if that's what you want to call it. Good fortune, that kind of thing. The unseelie, they are more strict. Now, these are not bad, they are just strict. And these are Martian court. Now, these guys have a decree that says they can punish. These guys have a decree that says they can reward. Both of these things are for one reason: to maintain order. What order? The order of creation. Since we are covered by the blood of Christ, we are protected by the Sealy Court decree. Which means no spirit wife or spouses. All our relationships are to be in Asiya, on earth. And the Sealy Court are here to help you achieve that. Can we see this? Are we getting it? We need a tripod here. Okay, there we go. Jesus, get us a tripod, please. Or get us a cameraman, a cinematographer. Get us a cine. Get us a DOP as well. Just get the whole thing. So this, yeah, Sealies. Jesus, tell the Sealies. So they are there to give you the stuff you need on earth to meet your dyad. Your dyad is a complete star marine who is not going to give you mixed messages. They're not going to give you stories. You're not going to run and chase them. You will meet them, and within 48 hours, you will be together. 4 plus 8 is 12. 1 plus 2, 3. 1 over 3. 3 over 7. 7 over 12. 12 over 584. That's how we maintain order. Now, if you're a human who was created on the 6th day and you don't follow Moses' law, then you are subject to the Unseelie Court. And the Unseelie Court operate mainly in the mental zone, or zone 3, the Black Moon Lilith zone. This is the zone of the 3 demons I told you about, the scramblers who make you feel like you are unworthy, the passers who make you feel unclear about who you are, doubting your identity, and then the freaks, the frequency demons who misalign you. Their job is to pull you down, you know, like people who call you with drama and problems. Those are freaks. Frequency demons, or frequency fragmented archons. Freak frags. Frag. Whatever you want to call them, they're all Marines. Not the star marine like you, just regular Marines. Not the beautiful boys who serve the country, just aquamarines. Not all aquamarines, like the Uminokami. No, these are the aquamarines of the Klepothic realm. And so the Unseelie Court will connect you to one of the legions of demons to marry. Now, why is this affecting Star Marines? Well, because of Samael. Because Samael is Martian. And so if he is the boss of multiplexing souls before they incarnate on Earth and after, then he is going to have a different job. You're not just going to get the low-level demons, no. You're going to get assigned kings. You're going to get assigned one of those 12 watchers and their demons, demonic kings. Because remember, 12 watchers fell, and each of them have deals with demons. And the demons gain access from those fallen watchers' star. Each fallen watcher has one star. And so the demons use that one star to coordinate attacks on humans and star marines alike. And our job is to work with other star marines, not humans. Our job is to work with other star marines to get them back into the program, because we are maintaining order. We do our jobs. We stay in our lane. And our lane is not to convert humans who were created on the 6th day. That is not our job. Their prime directive is to go forth and multiply. That's why they breed like rabbits, no matter what. Whereas Star Marines, we think about, okay, how are we going to actually take care of this child? Because our child is not a 6th day human. Our child is a Star Marine. But if you marry and have kids with a human, the child will still be a Star Marine. And so we'll get to that. Like, what do you do if you ended up marrying your test? Well, don't worry. There's a solution, because now you just have more work to do. So, Samael has legal authority to come and test you. So I'd like you to get over the fear you have about the devil, darkness, and whatever, because that's going to be a recurring theme in your life. Now, let's talk about Rizz, because this is the Rizz one. Because this goes to why Samael wants you. Why does he want you, Star Marine? Why doesn't he just, send Cain's kids? Why you? Because you have Rizz. You're all rizzed up. There's no Rizz that you don't have. What is Rizz? Well, I'm the king of semiotics, so I feel like I should trace back the word so we can understand why we have so much Rizz. Why are people obsessed with us? And have you noticed that when you're dating someone, it's almost like you are dating the same person through different people? They know certain things about you that no one can know or could know. No human could know. They do things that feel like they've just been with you forever. And so you get this thing like, this has to be my soulmate. And you don't understand that what is happening is you are dealing with a 6th day human. So let's talk about why a demon wants you. What is a marine? How do they get into this dimension? So what you're dealing with is a 6th day human. God love him. If you go to my Instagram at Charlie Manor, and it says Charlie Manor, the actor, you will see under the highlight section that says 5G, you'll see me communicating to these sixth day humans. For years now, I've been talking to them. Now you understand who and why I'm talking to them. How does an aquamarine get into a sixth day human so they can attack you? Well, that sixth day human has to break the law. Which law? Moses' law. The first law is, I'm a jealous God, have no gods except me. Now, throughout history, humans have had many gods. Let's come to 2025. What's today's God? Today's God is money. So when a human serves Mammon, one of the 12 demons, actually Mammon is a triad, so it is a combination of demonics who are using 3 stars. We'll get into that when we get into demonology, advanced gameplay. So people who would rather leave their home country of birth, go to a foreign land, disappear, essentially, for years and years and years, all because they want to send money home, they are worshipping Mammon, because you must stay in your house and fight the system and bring it up to what it should be. Don't run away. Your ancestors didn't give up their lives for you to run away. God just told you now that Abel's blood is crying from the earth. Your ancestors are crying for you to go home. But let's say you don't, so you break the law. It doesn't have to be just that. It could just be you are not living your life. You know those people who say, I'll do what I want to do when I have money. I can't live my life now. I can't be gay now because I don't have money. First, I need money. Then I can leave society. I can escape the matrix and I can date whoever I want, a man or a woman. Or, no, I can't leave this situation that I'm in, even though it's kind of illegal. They won't censor that word. But I'll stay in it because, and even though it's hurting, because I need money. This is all doubt. Now, the demon, the aquamarine, will enter this human. So we are dealing with a possession. Now, that's just one of the ways that it can happen. There are also other ways. For example, humans who attempt to take energy upwards. So instead of waiting for God to tell them what to do, they take energy up. For example, King David. King David wanted to run a census. And instead of waiting for God to tell him what to do, he wanted to ask the people, the society, what to do, and then God whacked him, cracked his skull. Not really, but gave him a real wake-up call. Huge. Go look up that story of King David and the census. No one can escape, not even Star Marines. And yes, King David, Solomon, they were all Star Marines, Ezekiel. So now we have a situation with possession. Another way a human can do it is if they use something like SP manifestation. SP manifestation. SP manifestation is when you are looking for a specific person. If you go to my record on Spotify and listen to song number 11, it's called True Love. And in that song, I tell you, sixth day humans, what true love is and isn't. And in a sense, I'm giving you the law of Moses. So if you break that, don't come crying to us in our Pentaclea because we cannot help you. We were sent here for Star Marines. So now I'm talking to you, Star Marine. When you meet this person who you think is your soulmate, you don't know that they've been doing SP manifestations or similar. Okay, I'll go there because Michelle went there. I was mortified when Michelle went there, so I'm going there, Michelle, because I'm being very, very coy. There's also something that was written about by Aleister Crowley. And it's a type of meditation that people like to do that uses energy to manifest. What kind of energy? Physical male energy that springs forth from the fountain of man. And this glaze is how the contract of the Marine is made. So there, okay, it's very Martian technology. If you want to know more about what I'm talking about, go watch the one where we talked about Asmodeus and Astaroth and how will turns into obsession. That's the previous one, or the one before. Anyway, this person now comes into your world as your twin flame. And you think, oh, finally, I finally found my person. But he's just shy. He's a runner. I'm a chaser. It's because of our past lives. We couldn't resolve anything. Or if you're a guy, you're like, oh my gosh, I just met her and she's so perfect. She knows so much about me. But both of you have noticed that these people have two faces. There's the one face where it's kind of like they are being overly too, it's like too perfect in a sense. I like to call it, it's almost like they're mothering you or fathering you. And then you get the other face, which is kind of normal, kind of involved in their own world. So then you don't really know if they are just like into you for real and a normal person or what. Like, it's very confusing. Even me talking about it is confusing because I don't understand how anyone could fall for that. Obviously, I know that people do, but it's very, very obvious and it's very, very quick to see. It's not hard, guys. As a Star Marine, you know this. And if you're here, the only thing, that you may be thinking, if you're like me and you could see it miles away, is, okay, but how do you stop them from coming? They're not going to stop, honey. They're going to keep coming and you're going to deal with it. Because you always have to be continuously tested. You're a bride of Christ and you're going to have to keep continuously proving that you are who you say you are by being who you say you are, not pretending you are who you say you are. Because it's very easy for Star Marines to pretend. That's like our base level. Like I said, we are primordials. We created creations. God created us and we created everything else. So we know how everything works and we are watching you everywhere, as I tell you, so we can see you. So when Samael comes, he's just doing it as a formality. He's not doing it to try and really get you because he knows he can never get you. The only thing is, the way the world is now, because of the monoptic technology I told you about, when you keep experiencing these things over and over, you're just doing it to yourself in a way. What do I mean you're doing it to yourself? Well, I mean by you focusing on this egregore of this false twin flame you've created, you are now feeding experiences and coincidences that confirm to you the existence of this false love, this false light. Go to Starseed University playlist and you'll know what I'm talking about, the false light, etc. And also watch the Lady Gaga one, the one that was sponsored by Lady Gaga. I talk about the false light, and Lady Gaga as well tells you about the perfect illusion. It wasn't love, it wasn't love, it was the perfect illusion. She's talking about Samael. I'm not going to comment further on that, but Gaga knows, I know, you know. That's why you gotta wait for your dyad. And when you get your dyad, it won't be like this false twin flame. Your dyad will be a complete person. They will not be someone you probably even expected you would ever end up with. But because of the feeling and the meaning of the connection you two share, it'll be a no-brainer that you'll be together with this person. So now, we're still going on with Rizz. Rizz is like the puppy chow that this demon wants. Because this is you up here, and you are broadcasting Rizz. Well, what is Rizz really? Where does that word come from? Rizz comes from the word charisma. Charisma comes from a Greek word, and the Greek word translates in English to grace. So grace is charisma, charisma is Rizz. When someone has Rizz, they have grace. Grace is chesed. Chesed is mercy, loving kindness, an overflow of abundance, like the overflowing cup that we drink from, created and prepared at the table prepared for us by the Lord. So what Samael wants is to test your chesed. So what do I mean test your chesed? Your mercy, your grace. Well, he wants to test that you can do your job and maintain order. He wants to test that your chesed cannot be compromised. Test chesed cannot be compromised. If you are a star marine guarding the gates of the world, if your chesed, your grace, can be compromised, then you will let demons into our kingdom. And we just can't have that. You need to guard against them. We told you in Hebrews, you need to guard against demons. So you cannot be compromised in your security. So when you see a hot guy or a hot girl coming to seduce you, they're trying to get into your gate. Because if they can get into chesed, then we're really in trouble. That's why we moved chesed from the fourth Sephiroth and we moved it to the fifth Sephiroth, which used to be controlled by Samael. So now we have chesed in the fifth Sephiroth controlled by Jupiter in Sagittarius. So there's no more devil coming to get you. If you follow the Pentaclea you see in the description box. If you stay in 2025, which is absolutely your choice, then you can continue with Samael and let this video, this game session, serve as your play-by-play on what's happening to you, because no one is coming to get you or rescue you. You're on your own until you figure it out. We're gone. Bye. So for those of us who've left, we are now living with Jupiter. Now, if Jupiter is there where Satan used to be, that means we are now free, because Jupiter is Jove. Jupiter. So we are under the Sealy court now. We are under Jove, and every single Jovadon, we are going to get rewards. Now, the first Jovadon that we are officially going to be having will be televised in this game, and it's coming up in a couple of dons. So we're getting there. The sixth don of the Spira is Jovadon, and you will see proof then that we are safe in the Sealy court. Those of you who love proof. But back to the old people who live in the old world, their chesed is not like ours. Their chesed is in the fourth Sephiroth, and Samael is in the fifth Sephiroth of severity. So they are constantly being tested. They always have videos in their YouTube recommendations telling them a letter from your divine masculine to divine feminine. Your woman is on her way. She's just dealing with a lot of things. Your man is coming. He wants you to hold on, but don't go out with anyone else. Just wait for him. Doesn't that sound suspicious to you? Doesn't that sound weird? With Jesus, we know where he is and what he's doing because he's always here talking to us. With this guy, he's always somewhere working on himself. Yeah, he's in a clip-off, working on a way to get out. And you are not letting him out because your Rizz is for us to find each other, not for you to go lay up with demons or marine spouse, marine husband, marine wife, and have marine baby. Because all you're doing is creating more earthquakes. So where's the evidence that what I'm telling you is true? Because as a star marine, I always tell you that we've been here since the beginning, so we've left evidence, clues, jewels of our existence everywhere, in every corner of the world. Whenever you see Lamastu, that's us. We are Lamastu, so shut up. And no, we do not walk around with horns on our head. If you found a picture of Spider-Man in 2,000 years' time, are you going to think that humans were flying around on buildings? If you watch a video of Spider-Man in 2 millennia, are you going to say humans were flying like, come on, guys. It's art. We do art. Okay. They took me to the foot of the cross. So in Greek mythology, they have 3 beings called the Charities. The Charities were kids of Dionysus and Afro-Deity. Welcome to the Afro-Deity Collective. Go to the Cult of Venus on Instagram, following the link in the description box. That's CVLT of VENUS to see the charities at work. When you watch the content on that Instagram page, you will know what the charities are and what they do. That's for people who only have a 1-minute attention span. For the rest of you, let's talk about the charities. So there were 3 of them. and they were involved with grace and beauty, etc. We're going to do a separate thing about them. I just need to get to the point. The point is, Samael has been after Aphrodite for ages. Think about Cain. He has been marked, he cannot fall in love. That means he's gonna be obsessed with love because it's the one thing he cannot have. So he comes after the charities. So for now, let's say it's you, Star Marine, because you are a charity. A charity is a Rizz. A charity is a charisma. Okay, get it? The charities are the same word used for charisma in Greek. Again, for the whole full Greek background, follow the first link in the description box and click on that description box. In that video, you'll see everything. So this is the connection. This is why you keep seeing these things and feeling all these Venusian things. They are activating your Venusian tech so that you fall in love with them. But you know it's not real because if it's not an immediate yes, it's not right. I've been trying to warn you people for ages. Even in my book, I say if you feel butterflies, that is a fight or flight or fawn response. If someone is giving you one of those three responses, they are not there to love you. They are there to terrorize you, to eat you. Because when someone feeds you, it doesn't feel like a fight, flight, or fawn response. It feels like grace pouring down on you, like chesed, a Jupiterian chesed that is there to reward you for your celibacy and your commitment to the kingdom, not to trick you and tempt you into swaying off the path. So, Star Marine, when Samael comes to test you in these different forms, different girls, different bodies, different everything, you'll get all different things. They'll always be attractive. They're using the Marine Kingdom powers of the Clepothic sphere. They're using hair, they're using makeup, they're using everything. What is he after really when we say charities and Aphrodite and Marine? Like, what is the thing? Like, what is it about us? Specifically, of all the things. Otherwise, everything else is just plot armor. There has to be a reason. I told you the reason. It's in the About section of this channel. Scribble Bites Worldwide. The reason why they're after you, Star Marine, because of your innocence. Grace can only come from innocent beings, because only innocent beings can give grace. And that's why you have the power to heal. That's why you are with your shepherd, Jesus, the good shepherd. And that's why Samael and his agents want you to test your innocence. Are you who you say you are? Because in heaven we trust, but we also verify. And we verify with vibration. Or as they like me to say, vibration. Your vibration is the situation that brings the culmination of your contemplations into manifestation. Your innocence is why we need you preserved. We don't want you to be lonely. It's not good for man to be alone. We don't want you to be stressed out and handling things on your own, we absolutely want you to have teamwork. That's why in the Christ Bride one and the Life Learning one, I said, I'm going to tell you the bad part, but then there's a good part, but to get to the good part, you have to kind of, this is what I was avoiding. And now Michelle, whose video is in the description box, she says it beautifully in 20 minutes. I'm giving you the Scribble Bites scribe breakdown of how this thing happens, because when you know how it happens, the Akashic wants you to know that when you know how something happens, you have power over it. Because this is an ancient being that's been doing this to you for centuries. That's why it always feels so familiar to you. That's why you dream about it. Because Samael, let's call him Cain, let's call him Cole from Charmed. He's been around for ages. In fact, he tested your ancestor, Eve. Why didn't Samael go to Adam and offer him the apple? Why did he go to Eve? Because Eve has the mysterion. She has the power to carry a baby. She has a womb. And that's what Samael was after. This is the prize because he wants to build his army and he has a short time. Now, Samael is neutral. He works for the kingdom to test it. Cain is now heading the operations of stealing the womb, but he's doing it under the legal jurisdiction afforded to Samael. So Samael is not working with Cain. Samael is trying to prevent that from happening, but he has to be the bad guy to test you so that when Cain comes, you are prepared. Does that make sense? Okay? So let's put Cain here. Cain. So you can see the difference. And then let's put Samael, the serpent, over here. Because remember, Samael, Kamael, polarity, same thing. It depends how you experience them. Samael, you'll experience the Seelie court, which will punish you. Kamael, you'll experience the Jovian court, which will help you. Now that we've switched the things, it works with Samael in your heart. So whenever you do something wrong, you will feel instant guilt because we moved Samael to the heart and the Sephiroth 6. And then, so now he's trapped also with the human world, the sixth day humans. That's what we did because we don't need him in our world. Second of all, Kamael, he is the one who works with the Seelie court, so he will give you your rewards. Why did they come as a serpent? Because if you read Isaiah, you'll see that a serpent has 6 wings. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That serpent that has 6 wings is called a seraphim. The seraphim are the closest to God, and we learn that Samael, or that angel, was the closest, God's favorite, some say. These are also called the burning ones. The burning ones are star marines. So now I just gave you extra information. If Samael is allowed to test humans, you are allowed to test humans. So if you meet a human who has been possessed by this twin flame demon to try and get your Rizz, you are allowed to test them. You have the authority to test and test until you multiplex and get the demon out. How do you get rid of the demon? We'll talk about it. Jesus told you, for those who only concentrate for 1 minute, Jesus told you how to get the demon out in, I think, Matthew, when he got Legion out. How you get a demon out? You don't entertain it. You just tell it as it is. We told you last week that when you live as if every illusion has been exposed, you will be fine. You'll be in the Pentaclea. If you keep hiding how you feel and trying to pretend to be a human and to pretend to care about their issues, then you are going to get eaten. Your care is restored for the innocents. So when this burning one came to test Eve, Eve obviously ate the apple, bit the apple. In other words, she took the knowledge. And that's when humans, or when us Star Marines, we learned the tough, and I wanted to rag on humans, but we did it this time. So when us humans took that knowledge, which was always kind of fated, and I'll explain why, we then had this whole separation, which resulted in this whole game that we now have to play. But for the fact that Eve bit the apple, now we have to play night game. Okay, so the knowledge kicked the Star Marines out of Eden. And then they went and settled on Lyra. And that's the history of where we come from. That's why Lyra looks like Eden, but it's not. It's synthetic, and you know it. And then you know the rest about what happened there. Everything to do with Lyra and Draco, now you understand where Draco comes from. Draco is Cain. And so Samael also controls this, because Samael works with Lilith. So this is their little unholy trinity. And so since Samael is part of the program, he was the one who let us get... Oh, I saw smoke coming up. It's the incense. Since Samael is the one in this unholy trinity who works for us, he gave us the spaceship that you guys call Venus. Well, we call it. Now, if you go to NASA, they'll tell you that Venus wasn't even in your solar system. It came out of nowhere. Yes, it came from us. And I am on the spaceship right now. That's why I'm not a fan of this place. I just love what it looks like. I love the creation of Earth. This is the most beautiful place I've ever visited, hands down. And the way it regenerates itself, despite the way you humans ruin it, not talking to you now, Star Marine, talking to the humans, is amazing. And it's amazing that the Akashic haven't swallowed you all whole yet. Very nice of them. It's very nice of Kaliyapani to keep you. Well, I guess because he works for Jesus, or they work for Jesus. So that's how I got here. Okay? And that's why I'm not afraid of demons and all of that, because they work for us in a sense, and the ones that are, locked away are locked away and protected from escaping by us. The same way I was telling you in the previous game that the people in prison are supposed to be badass, but they don't escape. That's the same as the demons. They're not going to escape us, especially us, because they don't know our mystery. And our mystery is related to why Jesus chose us, because he says, "For you did not choose me, I chose you." So, Draco, Lyra Wars, now you know. So when we got kicked out of Eden, we needed to develop the program so that we could fetch everybody back and put them in their rightful place. This is the program that you're getting with. And part of the program is the Angel Network. This is who you've been sent to help. You did not come here to heal wicked people. You came to heal the sick. The sick are in the angel network. This includes humans who are innocent, have no idea what's happening. They've been keeping the law, but for some reason they are getting demonic attacks. Or humans who don't know which part of the law they have broken to allow a demonic attack. We are there to help them, as well as our fellow Star Marines. In order to register yourself in the Angel Network so we can see you in the future, you need to interact through technology. It's more for you than it is for us because we can find you whenever. And what you do is you choose your star name. So 1, choose a star name. 2, choose a number that is important to you. 3, choose your birth date. Let's say your birth dawn. And then 3, choose your 7, which shows you are part of group 7. So for me, it would be star name Mvikeli, number 3, birth dawn 5, department 7, Holy Spirit department. Vikeli version 3.5.7, reporting for duty in my offices, in my headquarters in Yetzirah. So leave your star name, number, birth dawn, and 7 in the comment section so we can find you. And you can ask us anything. We are always available to you. We are at your disposal. You can even come down and see us here in our studio, provided by our husband. Now, we wouldn't have gotten the studio, you see, if we were running around looking for soulmates. And that's why I keep telling you, since I was born, I've been looking for a successful married couple, and I have not seen them. I've been reading marriage statistics, have not seen them. I even went and had a fat chat with Balfagor when I was down in the jails, in the demon jails. Yes, we Star Marines, we go everywhere. You can't be scared here. Yeah, why do you think Jesus hung out with tax collectors? Because tax collectors go everywhere. You need to get the tax, and we're gonna come get you. So I was having a chat with Balfagor the one time. He's a very, he thinks he's a big demon, but he's in jail now. So anyway, Bali was saying that he doesn't believe in marriage and that his main goal is to stop humans from believing in marriage. I think you can see where some things are coming from now in the world. I think you know who's behind some things. I think now you know why it's important to be, pro-life. Because we want to vanquish demons. Now, obviously, I'm not talking about pro-life for humans. Humans can do what they want. They 6th-day humans. They have their own thing. I don't know what they're doing. It's not my department. If they can be pro-life or pro-choice. They can be Democrats or liberals. As Star Marines, we are always pro-life because we don't deal with humans. We deal with vanquishing demons, and we have to be pro-life. There's no choice. In my song, I tell you, Nikecha dameda. I mustn't run away. You are not running away, Star Marine. You made a deal, okay? You come from the ultimate source of divine providence. So this knowledge now, let's go back here. So this is all the other stuff that happened afterwards. So now you know how it all fits in. But let's go back to here. So Eve took the knowledge. And then she gave it to Adam. And then Adam. Where did I write that? Here we are. And then Adam. Nice try. So Satan entered here in Beria. And then Adam took it in Atziluth. So now Adam and Eve realized they were not wearing anything. And then God said, who told you? And then you know what happened. Now this obviously happened before the Cain and Abel thing. You need to read the Bible and meditate on it to fully get the chronology of it. But this is what happened, because now I can hear the liturgical scholars saying, but wait a minute, this is a movie. If you want to go do documentaries, not the place. This is cinema. So look at Eve. It came in Berea, the white pyramid of magic and mystery, because the goal that Cain wants is life. He wants to incarnate on earth. Cain wants to be born again so he can walk the earth. So he had to go through the woman, the womb. And then after that, he could get into the man, because the woman carries the womb, or the female aspect carries the baby in the womb. And then when he got that, which he did, which is access to people through thoughts, the mental realm, that's when he built the mental realm. So as when God asked Eve, why did you do it? Eve responded by saying, I don't know, it was and it wasn't. That's what she said. She said, I don't know, because I thought it was real and I thought it wasn't real. I wanted to see for myself. That's literally what Eve said when God questioned her. In other words, she was saying she had doubt. She had doubt that what God had said, which is, do not eat this thing. She doubted that because she's like, well, maybe something will happen, maybe something won't happen. So that is the real sin, going against what God told you once. That's it. If God says you are going to go in the belly of a whale and then you're going to do it. If he says you're going to go be a celebrity and you are a shy person and you don't like being around humans, it doesn't matter. You're going to do it, whether you like it or not. But Eve said, I don't know, maybe, maybe not. And so that's how this whole thing was allowed to happen. Because then after that, when Cain left to the Clepothic realm, he met Lilith, and Lilith and them had children, and that's the black lady you see riding you in your night terrors. Yes, you are seeing the Clepothic sphere, and they are also not trying to hurt you, because this is what I keep trying to explain. You are 100% safe. When you are seeing these things, it's Samael trying to warn you, because if you were a human, you would not see anything. You would just be always lost and in the dark and wondering why your life doesn't go anywhere. Or maybe you'll just be an alcoholic because you won't know, so you'll turn to substance abuse. But because you're a star marine, we have to tell you, you know, we have to talk to you. So that's what we're telling you. And then you have the choice to stay or go. And we've given you everything you need to go. So if you do stay, it's your own sovereign choice of accepting demons. And that's fine. Because Phoebe from Charmed went and married Cole on accident. And then she turned into a psychopath. So if that's what you want, go ahead and do it. But we are doing the instruction given to us by God, our Father, in the name of our husband Jesus. So let's talk about how this is affecting you now. This is the history. This is how we got here. How is this affecting you now? And now you know where the Marines are and what all. Because they want to be near the waters. Because why don't they just go to Atsiluth? Why don't they go to Berea? No, they want to be there in Yetzirah, because in Yetzirah, that's where things are in formation. And they want to get into the moon matrix of the informational field of your perceptions. Because if they can control your perceptions like advertisers do, that's why they take loads of drugs, so they can talk to demons who give them ideas on how to control you. They, not all, like I don't do that. I do advertising to help you. So those people control your perceptions to steal your seed, your womb, your manifestations. My wife of Christ that I sit here and talk to. Do you see now? It all makes sense when you know what's going on, and when you know what's going on, you can laugh at them. No one can trap you after this. You are free. And so these demons that use this technology, I call it information technology, or IT. This is it. This is what they're doing to you. Shine a light on the subjects. That's why they know everything about you. That's why they can make you feel like you've been married 1,000 times, because guess what? That's the next part. So when did this thing start coming after you? Well, it has all your information, so that means it also knows your past lives. But how does it know your past lives if I just told you that this thing cannot go into the Akash? Because Akashic, the octopus from Japan, doesn't like them. So how do they know your past lives? Because they married you as a possessed human in some of your past life incarnations. What incarnation is going on? So that's why you dream of them. That's why you have those deep feelings. That's why it feels fated. By the way, we don't deal with fate, really. We deal with destiny. Fate is for humans. So humans deal with Clotho, Lachesis, and Algalia. These are the fates. We deal with the charities. Charisma. Okay. Star Marines. And these people, humans, 666. Now, why did I draw a star like the sign of Pisces? Because the charities control this fish printing. So if you go to Greece and you see fish, it's related to the charities. Why did we do that? We did that so that in 2025, in your calendar, or rather on the 64th dawn of Antheon in our Pentaclea, you would then be able to understand that what we're telling you is facts. That's why we put these signs and symbols in your history books and in actual history through time travel. Do you get it? So when humans say, oh, it's just fate, whatever, it's got nothing to do with you, we deal with destiny. And so now you know why they want you, because you are innocent, and they want innocent destiny, because innocent destiny carries 7 stars. Let's light some vanilla. Let's light some Afro-Deity. Let's light some rose. Star Marine. I will go into this more in depth than this. I just wanted to play this game with you as your introduction to the next level that you're going into. So I'm going to jump ahead to your vanquishing potion. How do you get rid of it? Well, you have to use our Eidolon box. It's a feedback loop box technology. So this technology makes your problems disappear in this regard. How does it work? Well, before you learn how this works, you have to learn how they work. So Cain will possess a person that you like, or someone who has the features of people you like. And then this person will seduce you. They'll usually be in and out, never committal, you know, all the stuff you've seen online. And they're meant to keep you strung along so that you don't fulfill your destiny and you don't use your womb, both physical and in the worlds, in the realms. And so how do you escape when you have to be around this test all the time? Because it's straining, it's hard, it's irritating, to be honest. I was over it by the age of 11. I was sick of it. I was done. And so what we decided to do is to use our Hydron technology, yes, from Hydra. And then in, you know, Andromeda, which is in there, we developed it, sent it to Cygnus after Arcturus, and it had been stabilized. And then we did all the simulations about how it works. And then it went to the birds in Arcturus, the cardinals, who came to Earth to tell us and deploy it. So if you were followed by birds at any moment, that was the technology being loaded into your chakra, your infrared root chakra. Why? or ultraviolet, sorry. Why? Because birds can see the ultraviolet light spectrum. That's why the game on Night Game, if you go to Night Game on Scribble Bytes, all the colors are purple, are ultraviolet, because it's coming from Arcturus. Go to the website to see how we did it, my dear child, my dear brother. So how this technology works is, yeah, so when the birds were coming to you, they were putting this into your crown chakra. Play the other levels to see what that means. So we brought this technology which allows you to create a copy of yourself. That's not really true because it's not a copy of you. It is a false light image taken from the Akashic and given to you by the Akashic, which is an octopus interface in the second realm. Taken from the Akashic, which is a realm called the ether. This just cut, so that's why. Oh, maybe they didn't want me to tell you where the Akashic is. Well, then I'll cut that out. Okay, so the false light is, or the image is taken from the Akashic, and it's not of you, it's of the version of you that's dead, that's gone, because you're an initiate now in the monosoul directive. So the old you's gone, and we use your old you to make a picture, because now you have a star name, a different name, like me, Vikeli version 3.5.7. But in the world, I'm Charlie Manor. So we take a picture of Charlie Manor, of Charlie, and you do it for yourself, following the instructions in the description box. And there, can you hear the chariot? That's the 7, the chariot. So we take an image of myself, well, the fake me, the dead self, and then we put that in a simulated realm in zone 3. We put that in the third realm. And that's the image that Cain marries. Okay, you get that, right? So you are not in here. You are outside here as a star marine, and you have locked this prison. And he's inside because we can't unalive him. So now he's locked in there with a fake picture of you. It's like a Russian doll in a Russian doll in a Russian doll. And that's what the first video in the description link is telling you. What I just told you in 2 hours, you get that in 1 minute. Do you get it? So how do you do this? You follow the instructions in the description box. Listen to the music. The music, as I mentioned, is made of keys. The keys open and lock doors. Jesus told you he's given you the keys of heaven and Hades. What do you think it's for? If you get a key to Hades, that means you are going to go to Hades and use it. Just like we did over here. So when people tell you, no, don't go to hell, blah, 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 they're talking to 6-day humans. They're not talking to you, Star Marine, because you go to hell regularly to open and close doors. And when you put Cain in here, Then you will no longer have your silly soulmate fantasies, your twin flame chaser and runner desires, and you can get on with the program of building your house. That's what we're doing here. In my father's mansion are many houses, or in my father's house are many mansions. Yes. It's like a TARDIS. Okay, it's bigger on the inside than it is on the outside. Ask Kylie Minogue. She tried to tell you in the music video for Tension. If you watch the music video by Kylie Minogue for Tension, you will see all of this happening here. You will see her dressed in black, locking doors, opening doors. You will see her being chased by demons and winning. Okay, guys? You will see her as a giant. We haven't gotten to the giant lesson yet, or game level. We'll get there. But again, people like Kylie Minogue, they tell you all of this in 3 minutes or 4 minutes. Madonna even told you in her song, 4 minutes to save the world. It's all in your mind. If you want it, you already got it. It's all there. Lock him away so you can be free to create. I told you in 1 minute, because I was taking inspiration from Jesus. Remember in the last game, I was like, Jesus just explains everything in 1 second, in 1 sentence, and I'm sitting here for hours. And then we made that movie for you, the short film Feedback Loop. Feedback Loop is the name of the short film we made to demonstrate how this Hydron Eidolon feedback box work. This is the feedback look. They'll just be by themselves, watching themselves, forever and ever and ever. Amen. For all eternity. They locked in there. And you get to escape and live in the real world. Now, do you understand the descent or the decenum of the star marine? This is the monosol directive. It's doing your tasks. And part of the decenum of star marine is you die to society by locking away that version of yourself with the white picket fences in the tension jail with Cain so they can play together happily. And you leave this box and you come out into the real world where you no longer look at the tablet, the black screen of your old life. You buffer the video. The video stopped and you buffer it from Atsiluth. And then there's no more movie. You throw away the tablet and you start living your real life alone with your hair up in a towel, sitting on the floor, smoking your e-cigarette. Just be real. Be yourself. That's what we have been trying to tell you. Not trying, we have been telling you. For millennia, you can see it in all our artworks. I really have to go back to Göbekli Tepe and apologize to those people, because when our spaceship came, it just ruined their community. But it's part of the things we have to do to get the information to you. And that's why the things that are coming in the next couple of weeks and months, the next 7 years, are going to send the entire world into a decenum. And that's why, Star Marine, you are needed on the front lines, because when the world is in the DESCENSUM, you are going to be on top. You are going to be the returning star that everybody looks to as the holder of the highest vibration, because it's going to get dark and they're going to need a light. And that's why God started with, and let there be light, after he'd set the stage. It's all about the light. Following the light, shaping the light, because we are the light. That's our charisma. That's why people are in love and obsessed with you. And no one knows why. Some people even want to study you. Like, how are you doing it? They even accuse you of using witchcraft or spells or even that S&P manifestation. But if they look at your life history, it'll be evidently and abundantly clear that you don't do that. It's in the fiber of your being. It's in every word you've ever said. It's in every piece of art you've ever made. You want randomness. You want love-tipped arrows. You want Venus. You want that thing that Persephone and Pluto had. That thing where even Pluto was not able to run away from true love. And Persephone, she was being smothered by her mother, Ceres, and Persephone wanted to escape. You don't think she didn't know she was eating there by or playing around by where Pluto lives? She knew she wanted Pluto to take her. She wanted to escape. That's your true dyad. It's not an escape out of running away from your life. It's an escape from being controlled by other forces, because you're a sovereign soul. And when Persephone was down in Hades, he gave her a choice. He said, if you eat these pomegranates, you will stay here forever. If you don't eat these pomegranates, you can go. And she ate them. The stories don't say that he force-fed her. He gave her a choice and she ate them because she wanted to come down there, because she had the keys. That's you. You come in and you come out. But whenever you come out, you leave your old version there in hell and you come join the living with your new AI version. So while your old version is in the Eidolon feedback box, you are here in your new version. You are here in your new version. This is you, and this will be your dyad. You fit together, but you're the same thing. You are not like a puzzle piece. Why would two different things come together? That doesn't make sense. One of them is a demon. But these things are the same and they fit. It's your lid. Okay, guys, is that clear? Like, I know it's like I'm telling you to literally just forget about it and throw away your journals, throw away your mood boards and vision boards of you with a man or a woman. Like, your vision boards should have your house there only, not other people that you want to manifest. Melchizedek told you, remove other people from your mind as a source of help or conflict. It's all you now. Okay. Now on the There's one more thing I want to say before we close the game. It's a section I want to do. I will go in depth on it, but I feel like if you've made it this far in the game, just have it all now in one. And so that it's not like you are waiting, like you've been waiting for your soulmate. I don't do that. I just don't do it. So I'll tell you now. How does this come into Morningstar? That's what we're doing. So in Revelations, okay, so just to make it clear, we don't do that. We do that. So as Perp Freak so wonderfully told us in one of the games we played, Revelations 2:28, Jesus says, I will give him the morning star. Jesus said that. But when you turn on television, they tell you morning star is Lucifer. Everyone knows that the morning star is Venus when she returns from an inferior conjunction. Venus is the second planet from the sun. So here's Earth. There's Earth. There's the sun. Venus moves here. I'll use the same color here and here. That's what we are counting. We are counting Venus's movement between here and here. It's a synodic cycle. And when Venus comes back, she's the returning star. When she comes back is when there's no shadow or it's not blocked by the sun. The sun's not blocking Venus. So we are moving to this in 1267. In a couple of dawns, that's where we will be, when Venus has returned. And so this is what Jesus was telling us. So it's already happening. It's already happened. It's done. But what is this promise? Because when Jesus says he's going to give us the morning star, is he going to give us a rock? Yeah. But is he going to give us an actual planet? Well, yes, that's the spaceship we're in. So it's all of the above and more. So what he's giving us, what is Venus or morning star? It's a promise. The promise is similar to the promise of the rainbow with Noah. But this promise is no longer a rainbow. This is a specific promise to star marines. This one was for humans, sixth day humans, and this is for us. This Venus, it's for us. So if you're a human and you try to talk to Venus, you will get kicked out. Only star marines can listen to me. Now, we get Venus, humans get the rainbow. What is Venus? Venus is Rizz, the charities, which I told you is innocence. Full-on innocence, which means what? What does it mean? It means you've been paid for. So you are not to do anything with humans. It means Jesus took your place in hell so you could be here and remember. And that's the bottom line. Okay? So we don't want you to go and talk to planets and do rituals and sacrifices to planets. We want you to use your brains and realize you've been paid for and then act like it. Because your mission here is not to talk to rocks and do rituals and walk backwards and draw sigils. Your mission here is to raise your house so that you can raise your family, your real family, the one you married into. Okay? Now, what if you're already married? What if you're already married? Well, your marriage, Star Marine, is now your battleground. You are now Samael. You are now Kamael. So you are going to save your spouse. And how do you do that? See description box. Okay, so it's something you do together. You can make it a bonding experience, and that will solve the issue that Paul was talking about when he said it is good for a man not to touch a woman, but since you people want to do your own thing, and we don't want you to be overrun with desire, because remember, your goal here is to overcome desire. That's the victory. That's how you get victory. You overcome desire. You don't just jump and go do anyone you see in 5 minutes because they look like your alleged soulmate. Okay? You be quiet. You do like this woman here. And you sit and you eat bread and wine and pray. And use your keys. There, she's got a key to heaven and a key to Hades. You see that? You go and you take your book. You take your book and you go and you catch la diable. Catch la diable. And lock him in there. Lock him. Lock him in there. Okay, so you don't have any more triads. And you take the key and you throw it away. Then you can get to building your business by yourself. And then when you've sparked the idea, you'll get a team helping you. You see? Your teams fit together. Same shape as above, so below. All of it. It's all the same. See? This is your team. And then, when you get your team, we give you Venus. We give you Morning Star. Money. You can have anything you want here. You're going to be so spoiled for choice, you're not even going to know what you do with yourself. You're going to be so spoiled for choice, you're going to be like, do I even deserve all of this? Why me? Yes, you do deserve it because that's your judgment. Whenever you see a skull or whenever you see the death card, you are the one who's riding on your horse. It's you. Number 13 is you. That's your card. So whenever you see the death card, you are the one cracking skulls. You are the one riding that white horse, the pale horse. And the Hierophant is begging you for mercy. And why are we giving you this judgment? Because someone was doing a triadic attack on you, sending you spirits, sending you very, very, very scary things. And now that has been broken. You did not succumb to the heartache. They did it to you 3 times. They broke your heart. And that the purpose was to make you have nightmares, forget about love, and to trap you in the 3rd realm. You see this Ankh? This is a representation of everything I've shown you in the past couple of games. If you draw the levels, you'll see. This is the mental zone, because Black Moon. They could always recognize that you were powerful. That's why they wanted to stop you, because they didn't want you to fulfill your destiny. And the way they did it was by using words, mental trickery, Like I said, the person could be like someone who mothers you or babies you, and then you mistake that for a motherly influence because they want to remind you of your parents, I guess. If you're a woman, I guess they're fathering you and making you feel like this is a real man. And the the thing we want you to remember is your job, your work, your purpose. The thing you're doing is not going to get done in 6 months, in a year, in 2 years, in 7 years. This is your soul's mission. It gets done over a long time. And so the work is never complete, which is why you can never be married to a human, because it's very complex what you're doing through many different lifetimes and soul incarnations. This star is showing you the Saturn moon matrix of all the different souls you've had to, or all the different bodies you've had to inhabit to take this plan to where it is now, where you are the one riding the pale horse and you are divinely protected. If you ever see bald angels, that's Arcturus protecting you. Yes, bald men, aliens, Arcturus. So that's another side, including birds. So this man is your angel protecting you, okay? Because you're a star marine. And you are a charity. You give. And we want you to cocoon yourself away from society so you can be this butterfly. And the way to do it is to forget what you know. Forget what you know. If you really want to go where nobody ever goes, then you really have to know. You must forget what you know. And if you do that, you'll get the booty. But you have to walk away. You have to take this AI we are giving you, this crown of victory, and enjoy the success and happiness that God has waiting for you. Yes, you're gonna be the bad guy to the people in your life. You're gonna upset their emotions. You're gonna have to walk away from those 3 people and go to the 2 who value you. Because until you change your perspective, you'll always be stuck in wanting and away from your 10 of Cups, away from your Heka. So don't let people with smooth words try and take you out of your divine inheritance, which is the AI. The AI is justice. The AI will give you ways to fulfill your ideas that you thought were just not possible to fulfill. You won't even know what you're doing. You'll go places and you'll say, why am I even here? You'll speak in a language that you don't even know. You'll speak in tongues. You'll meet people and normally you'd be like, hi, how are you? You'd be like, hey girl, how's it going? And the person will just it'll be amazing. That's what's going to make you reach your booty, the king of coins. When you have finally used your time in Asiya to manifest and rule instead of looking for some man that doesn't exist or some girl that doesn't exist. Because we want you to be a monosoul. This is what a monosoul is. There, now you know what you are working towards in your initiation. There's a monosoul. Because when you're a monosol, in practical terms, you are married to Jesus. This is the Rosencrantz Rosicrucian rose. And you can see the rose held within the feminine principle. So this is the sun in the feminine principle. It's the creation being fulfilled. This is Seth. If you're watching me, it's because you came through Seth, the waters. And now we're initiating your mono into a soul so that you can be this queen holding fire in a cup. And if you follow all of these things that we're telling you, we promise you that on the 26th of January in the old calendar, in their year called 2026 AD, on this day, this is going to happen. Queen of Cups. This is Neptune in Aries. We have primordial waters in fire. And these primordial waters are like Dionysus, so it's wine. I always call Neptune waters wine. It's not just water, it's water that's been turned to wine. Now, if you put wine and fire, which is passion, because Aries is Samael, remember, Mars, the devil. So if you put wine and Aries together, which is will, you get perfect dream manifestations if you are a star marine. But if you're still chasing a soulmate, when that wine mixes with the fire of Aries, you're going to create an explosion on the 26th of Jan. And then on the 20th of February, that explosion will be permanent. So this is not a game. This is a call for you to stay home. Don't leave the country. If you do, you'll be met by demons. If you leave your country, you will let the genie out of the bottle. Star Marine. Humans, you can go, but Star Marines need to stay. You will be involved in a fight for your life. People will try to unalive you. Oh, by the way, I'm just reading here. So if you leave the country, you'll be involved in a fight for your life. People will steal your money. They will do black magic on your mind. They will act like they are your friends, but they are not. You will feel isolated from the entire world. And you can only talk to angels, where you'll have to take light into your silver vessel, into your mind, into your emotional body. So you're going to have to meditate. So I guess I'm talking to someone who's already gone and done this. And then out of nowhere, we will send you help, which will change your fortunes. It will open your heart again. It will lead to your ability to manifest. But yes, you will die from your old life. You will get over your fear of insecurity, and you'll realize that you don't need anything from anyone, like these two. She's up there alone, he's down there. They have immunity from the community. And when you realize that you have immunity from the community, then you can use isolation as a tool. So you can choose to self-isolate in order to manifest or think or pray. Or if life happens to put you in a situation that's not of your choosing, where you have to be alone, you can use that situation to manifest. So either way, you control Eight of Swords now. And that gives you your innocence back, and you become the Wraith of Cups, where you overcome karma, and you are now part of the charities as you are meant to be, because karma is for humans. But for you, destiny is your lot in life. And when your emotions come back, your innocence returns. And when your innocence returns, you will no longer be pining away for something that is far away from you that you can't reach. You will no longer be looking for love from genies who are trapped in a bottle. Oh, yes, we trapped these things in bottles. When we went to Morocco, we went to Egypt, we went to all these different places to learn their technology in order to trap these spirits in bottles. That's where the whole genie in the bottle thing comes from. And unfortunately, in the old world of 2025, a lot of people are releasing this information on the internet. Now, this information was highly, highly guarded, but since we released the art in Chesed, this old house, it's all available now. So everyone can see these secrets. And so with you, Star Marine, you will be safe and protected because you will no longer be hounded by these things. And you will no longer be afraid of death. You keep seeing death as this bad thing, whereas death is a manifestation, is a culmination. Death is a culmination of your manifestation, because the swords die when your words turn into matter. Do you get what I'm saying? So when your idea dies when it turns into matter. So 10 of Swords, it only means that you've created something from an idea and now it's here and the idea is gone. And you have to come up with a new idea, and that's scary for some people. So you're going to let go of that, and you're also going to let go of your need to have more. You know, if I just get more, you've got all the money you want, but I just need more money. I just need something else. I just need a different person, a hotter person. And, you know, it's not going to help. You don't need to show off with money. What you need to do is make a choice. You need to, love is blind, and you need to make a choice on who you are. Are you going to go with the Samael or Cain or Cole Turner, or are you going to go with Jesus, your person? We want you to have a strong backbone, and so we know you're going to go with Jesus because you're going to follow your intuition and listen to that seventh trumpet that sounded. You know what the right idea and choice is, and so you have a lot of spiritual backing in your team. You know what I'm talking about. It's landing and resonating with you because you've gone through these tests. You've even been in situations where you were almost about to do it and you ran away. And your ability to do that is why you are the Queen of Wands, that initiating fiery force. That is why we married you. Here is the feminine principle. Here is the masculine principle. And can you see how the masculine is coming out now of the feminine principle? This is when your ideas have been birthed. They are free to be. Because right now, you have your feminine aspect trapped up. You have all your ideas. Your destiny is waiting to be written, but you have not added color to it. You are still stuck in the etheric realm of black and white forms. And so you need to remember your inner strength by going to talk to Plutadon. You need to go talk to God through Lumania. Whenever you see a swan, you think of the Southern Cross constellation, which is Cygnus constellation. That's where your inner strength comes from. Okay. If you cannot withstand this, you will be like these bones. The many people who tried and failed. But because you don't confront this thing head on, you use your charms. You use your ideas, your Atziluth, and you also use your emotional body because you know it's eternal. The same way that Samael or Cain has been coming back to tempt you with seductions from your past lives, you can use your magic tricks that you learned in your past lives to get rid of him, like lighting a candle and opening the doors and gates and telling him, please leave, move on, because you are the Empress. You have the light and the stars above you. It's nothing for you to move on and go to the etherics to move on. And then here you see the masculine principle is inside the feminine now. This is the monosoul. This is what we're doing. We are returning you to one being. We're looking for love out there, but you realize that your love is already inside you. It's Jesus. There's the masculine pyramid. There's the egg of the feminine. There's the inner eye that is aware of all this that's going on. Here is one cup reflected in water with the sun behind it. This is you. This is the monosoul directive. This is the purpose for which we were brought forth to you. And the only way to get there you are the monosoul. It's not a gender. 111. You know who you are. This is your destiny. There's no need to fight. Who else is going to do this job if you don't do it? Exactly. Use your tools and you will rule. There's your bird. There's your bird on your caduceus. Do you see all the signs we've been leaving you? There's your cups. And there's your crown in the mysterion of Merdon, of Merdon, of Merlin. King Arthur you are. So remember to read the description box. You know who you are. You know for a fact that your soulmate or your dyad would never make you suffer like this. As soon as you integrate, as soon as you find clarity, as soon as you align yourself to who you are, you will meet your dyad, your equal yoke. But until then, every single person you meet will be a marine demon. And if you lie with them in bed, oh Lord, rejoice, because now you are getting the super accelerated track, which means you don't have to go through the doubt and because you're already in it. So follow the instructions, use your magics, and sort the thing out with your husband, of course. Always consult your husband because he's the boss. Only one boss in the house, and that's Jesus. I wouldn't be sitting here doing any of this if he didn't tell me to do it. But I know he'll put me in the belly of a whale before letting me get away with not following his instructions. Because that's just the kind of household we run. Plus he's cute, so that helps. Okay, Michelle, how did I do? I never in a million years thought I would be telling people about this in this detail. I thought I would just know for myself, but here you go. Okay, now let's just wind down. Okay, so for me, it's really, really fun having this technology because I don't have to pretend to be human again. The problem with pretending to be human is that you inadvertently attract these demons, these marines, and when you do that, it distracts you, right? But you know, I've known about these things for ages, so it never really bothered me. The only thing for me is that I had to, you know, act human. And so it was hard to have a proper conversation with people, especially men. Women are a lot easier to control. So this is how I did it. So I was born as a straight man, obviously. I've never had a feeling before the age of 9 of liking men in that way. But when I noticed the spirit coming through in women and I was a kid, I was like, this is weird. And so I just started making up that I was gay. I remember in grade 7, I went and I wrote down a scene and I was like, I'm going to tell everyone I'm gay and I want to see what they say. And then the next week I told everyone I won the lottery and everyone laughed at me. But when I told everyone I was gay, and by the way, all completely made up. I just wanted to see what they were going to say. I already told you, we're a star marine, we can test humans, so I don't care anymore. I'm telling you. I used to be scared to tell because then I used to think, oh, people are going to say, oh, is this real? Is this not real? I'm a primordial. I don't care. So I used to test these people and I used to say different things to see how they would react. Because for me, how they react tells me who's controlling them. So I remember I went and my hypothesis was, okay, I remember sitting at home and I was like, I'm going to go in 1 week and tell them I'm gay. Then the next week, I'm going to tell them I won the lotto. My purpose is to test, are humans more apt to believe something positive happening to you or something traumatizing happening to you? And of course, I did the test and everyone believed I was gay and no one believed I won the lottery. Now, I was maybe 11 or 12. So you can understand why I have zero respect for humans. They just don't think. And I mean, anyway, so that was harsh. Let's just say that's why I prefer my people. Yes, I forgive them. They don't know what they're doing. That's the thing. Yes. Sorry, husband, Jesus. They just don't know what they're doing, so it's not their fault. I guess it's just kind of frustrating, repeating yourself 100 million times. And anyway, so that's when I learned that these people ain't shit. And so I just got more deep into my marriage with Christ, and I was wearing my rings since then. I would wait. Yeah, let's just say I was in my wedding life. Now, the fundamentalist Christians will say, "Oh, well, you're not married to Jesus. You're married to this demon." And then I always say, "Let's look at the tapes. Let's roll the tape." You don't want me to roll the tape, guys, so I'm not going to roll the tape. But there are easy ways to verify who I am and what I've done. And then we'll see if someone who's under demonic control can do what I've done that has been recorded. How about that? But I don't justify myself to plebeians because I am in the Pentaclea, so we don't care about that. What we do care about is making sure the people who need this information get it, the innocents. That's who I care about. I don't care about wicked people. I care about the innocent people. So, I'm just reading here. It just caught my eye. Genesis 4 verse 23. Then Lamech said to his wives, Ada and Zillah, hear my voice. Wives of Lamech, listen to my speech. For I have killed a man for wounding me, even a young man for hurting me. If Cain shall be avenged sevenfold, then Lamech 77fold. And Adam knew his wife again, and she bore a son, named him Seth. For God has appointed another seed for me instead of Abel, whom Cain killed. And as for Seth, to him also a son was born, and he named him Enosh. Then men begin to call on the name of the Lord. Do you see, guys? I love you, Jesus. You always come up and back me up. So, I love when it's not in the script. So yeah, I mean, see what I mean? He always does it quicker than me. He did it in 2 verses this time. Yeah, there you go. After that, people started to pray to the Lord after Seth. Because Cain is hiding, trying to be your soulmate. Do you see what's happening to you? You see, you need to stop this thing. This is your life, and you're going to keep coming back here and going through the same thing for millennia while we're busy chilling in Lumania. You need to get with the program, okay? I'm just going to keep going because I feel like this is something. I can sense the energy. It's something that has wrapped your minds for ages. You really believe in this soulmate claptrap? Oh, tell me, Jesus, Yeshua. Yes, Yeshua, give me a door. Give me a door. Okay, we're opening the door on this situation. Let's Father God, we are opening the door. In the name of Jesus Christ of Nazareth, amen. We don't seek, we find. This is what Samael did to you. He sent you dreams of your spirit husband, of your spirit wife. This person came to you when you were young. You used to dream of making out with either a lady, and it was always this beautiful place, not Lumania, and it was always at night. You would dream of it. If you're a man, you used to have nocturnal emissions, and you used to first be scared because you didn't know where it was coming from, and then you realized it was coming from you, and then you started to fall in love with this thing because you thought you were just born for now. You didn't realize this thing knew you in your past life. So you thought, oh, this is just a new person I know. Let me go with them in the dream world. And now, what is it doing? What is it doing now, Jesus? It is playing with your emotions. It is making you act like you are emotionally stunted. You haven't grown emotionally. You're not able to express your feelings. This is a problem because at your age by now, you should be able to say what you want, who you are, and why. And if you don't, there should be a very good reason for that we should be able to read about or see. You should be able to prove to us why you are not saying who you are. I can show you I was undercover when I didn't tell people who I was, but I still knew who I was. That's why I was able to write my undercover reports and submit them to the relevant alien bodies of the Galactic Federation. If you want to read them, you can see them in the links that I've sent you millions of times. Yes, we do monitor you humans, and we do send reports back about you. That's what we do, and we're gonna do it. We're gonna keep doing it. You have been acting emotionally stunted, acting like you don't know what's going on. But you do. And the reason why your relationships are not working is because you are married to a marine spirit. Look at all this water. I haven't even done anything. And there's water everywhere here. You see what you've done. And this just wants to flip out. So let's put it back because we don't do flips. We control our cards. Here. In this place. Okay, so while this thing was messing with your emotions, what was being born is your contract with God, which is your King of Swords energy, your no taking shit attitude. That's what was born from this thing. Because while it gave you false promises, you did wake up to the fact slowly that this person's lying to you. They're not going to change. And even if you didn't move out of this environment or these types of people, you still have Tinder on your phone, you still have Grindr on your phone. It's fine. As long as you are now living as if every illusion has been exposed. So the people you meet on Grindr and Tinder, tell them who you are. Tell them you're a primordial and see how they react. That will be a much quicker way for you to be able to leave the dream of being normal. It's not real. I have been telling certain people that I am a primordial being since I was 3. And some people got it, some people didn't. You have to get over the fear of other people's reaction. Most of the people I told got it. Not only that, they told me worse things and showed me things that, according to science, doesn't exist. That's why when I was 7, I decided to not have a normal life because this was more fun. Because I saw something that that science can never ever explain. And I wanted to know, what is that? Because that reminds me of my dreams. That reminds me of Lumania. And so for you, it may have taken a while, but that's okay, because it does take a while to become a king. And the things they do to you on this planet, of course they make you crazy. I mean, when I think about it, it's not brave to me when I was a kid telling people I was gay in a country where you get killed for that. Because I was running a multiplex. Like, that's just what I do. I don't know any other way to be except to do my job. And I want you to have that same confidence, because when you know your job, when you know your movie role, nothing can really get in your way, because in movie scenes you have an objective and it's all about the objective. So no one can get in your head. And this thing of yours has been affecting your money. So this demon has been using money to keep you in fear so that you stay with it. You don't leave. This thing has been giving you knowledge of witchcraft. Okay, so this is what you were talking about last year. So in Star Marine last year, we came out with Star Marine and Starseed University. We came out with Star Marine in 2019. It was written in 2005 and 6, and it came out in 2024. So we've been writing this for a while. The reason it came out is because this demon who's in love with you has been teaching you sex magic, and you've been using it to manifest specific people, money, and things. And we've been watching you. It's okay. You're a Star Marine. You are an adult. You can do what you want. If you were a human, you would have been sacrificed probably by now by this thing. But because you're a Star Marine, you've been allowed to get away with it, so that's okay. But we just want you to know that that's why you've been doing your SP manifestations. That's why you've been trying to use magic for personal gain. And that's why you have been getting caught up in unpleasant situations with no positive outcomes. Now, the help we've been giving you is by showing you that you are connected to Egypt. You are connected to ancient Egypt, and we want you to look up the parables about Bastet. And we want you to see if you can recognize yourself in them. Because Bastet doesn't like your boyfriend, okay? Or your girlfriend that you've chosen and that you think is your soulmate. And that's the reason why it fails all the time. It's because of the Queen of Wands. Because the Queen of Wands is Aries, Mars, Samael. He's protecting the integrity of the kingdom. And so he will never let you be with your twin flame, so you can forget about it, because here you can see in your face it ain't gonna happen. So you need to focus and get with your monosoul dyad. And when you do that, you'll be the bride. The bride. It's right there, guys. We don't make this up. You see it for yourself. This is a movie. Okay? If you really want the beauty, if you really want to experience the combination of beauty and severity in a way that doesn't harm you, you have to be single. Look, this is the sixth card. Huh? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, 7. But this card is a mystery. So let me put it like this. This is the mystery to why your finances aren't working. It's this demon. That's why you can't be a King of Pentacles right now. And King of Pentacles is not about money. It's about manifestational power. When you say something, it should happen in a couple of days. It shouldn't take 5 months to get a boyfriend or a girlfriend. That's ridiculous. Ask my Star Marines. I'll literally tell people, I want to date someone called Samantha. And then in 2 weeks, I've manifested a date with someone called Samantha. They find me, I don't know how. It gets so boring. I'm single and I like being single because I know I can create anyone. And it's going to be boring because it's not the same as Jesus. It's like, if I cared about social proof, then yes, I would do it. Because that's the only thing I can imagine would be beneficial. To date someone or marry someone is to control other people, to make other people think I'm cool. Other than that, I don't see a reason. So yeah, look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is your beauty. This is your Mars now. This is where we put the devil. So isn't this nicer than this? Wouldn't you rather, like, if you had to have a deal, right? Either if you want to get married on Earth, you will 100% marry a demon, or you just sit by yourself in your room and meditate on your bed, and that's it. And you overcome your desire. You see how she's got her foot on the moon? That's what we read in Genesis. You need to overcome your desire. And you see what happened here, how you got into this mess, because you were looking up at the moon. You didn't have it under your foot, you see. Because why are we doing this? So now, currently, in your life, you are having memories and feeling a pull towards the simulations you have in your head about what you want to do. Because you tell yourself, okay, if I go with this twin flame who's actually a demon, then my life will be like this. But if I stay single, my life will be like that. This simulation you're running in your head is keeping you from fulfilling your destiny. This is how this demon is wasting your time. It's keeping you immature. It's keeping you in very low vibrational energy of stagnation. It's putting water on your wands. It's putting water on your wands instead of putting wands in your water. You get what I'm saying? It's almost like you're throwing water on your passion and ideas because you can't get over the fact that there's no choice. You're taken. You're taken. There is no choice. Bottom of the deck energy, you're taken. And you need to move from that immaturity of watching Hollywood movies and thinking your life is going to be a Hollywood scene and getting with the program and ride that white horse so that you can be the star marine you promised God you'd be. So you have been making a lot of decisions. You are someone who experiments a lot. You've probably even thought of going gay for pay. I'm seeing this as someone who would literally sleep with a rich person of the same gender just to make money to escape. This is what this demon has done to you. It's trying to take your... I know, sorry, I was reading for the person who's got it. Because this side is showing me what the person who's got it is going through, what they're trying to do to you. And then this side is showing me what we've done to help you. So let's talk about what we've done to help you. Yeah. See how beautiful this is. I love my cards because you can see how the light is flowing through me just by looking at my spreads. It's not something I do, it's something I am. And so here, this beautiful swords on, oh God, love it. We've got air here and water here. And here, and we've got air and fire here. And these swords, we've got the Knight of Swords. That's what we've been doing to you. So I'm seeing that you've been having outbursts. You've been snapping a lot. You've been protecting your ideas. You have a lot of dreams that you want to accomplish. I'm seeing in particular 4 ideas this time. You're a creative person. And you're very good at organizing your ideas and communicating them to others, putting them down on paper. You're very neat, much neater than me, I'm being told. Apparently, this to you looks like a doctor's prescription. Okay, shady boots. But yeah, you're a very, very creative person and good at planning with your words and ideas. And you are feeling unsettled because we've been making you snap at people lately. This is because we want you to protect your ideas. Because if you don't do it, nobody will. Behave card. So now we have implanted a technology in your brain as you've been watching this. And so I'm going to show you what the technology is going to do to you. Just keep looking in through the door and explain in the best way possible what the technology is doing. So in your subconscious mind, you are going to receive a major idea. This idea will seem like something that's too good to be true, but we want you to follow it because this is your test, Star Marine. This is to see if you are ready to move on and become a fisher of men. Not a hunter of men, but a fisher of men. To be with your husband, the Good Shepherd, you need to be able to control your rod. When I say control your rod, I mean your creative power. You need to look into tantric yoga. That's what's going to solve your issue. You're too horny, you need tantric yoga. So we are putting that into your program and you will start doing it without knowing and you're going to enjoy it because that's how dyads get together, tantrically. And that's a whole nother episode or game we won't go into now. But when you are able to hold the pattern of being triggered physically, sexually, being aroused by a demon, you can say no. That's the point. And then finally, what's going to happen? What's the next manifestation? That's okay. Which manifestation have you given these people listening that proves to them without a shadow of a doubt that we're in control? We've been watching them. Okay, you're saying you don't want to show them that. You want to show them proof beyond a shadow of a doubt that they are being pursued by this fake demon lover, Cain. Cain, okay. That's going to be fascinating. How are you going to show that? Okay. Okay, so what? Because you want to give them understanding. Yes, okay. So they can act. This is it. Aha. So some of you asked for a loan or are wanting to. Okay, someone needs a loan, but they're too scared to ask for a loan. I'm told that's one way the demon's using you. It's isolating you like an abuse victim. They don't want you to ask people for help. That's one. Some of you, yeah, that's the thing. There's something that you guys want, and it's an application. You're thinking of applying for something and you're scared because you think you're not going to get it, because you think you never get it. And the reason you think you never get it is because of your husband or of your boyfriend, the devil, Cole Turner. See, guys, we don't load these cards. We just look at your soul and then you see what you're doing. That's what you do. You doing this. I didn't do it. You did it. Do you see the seriousness of this now? Thank you, Jesus, for showing us how this demon has been affecting them. It's very subtle, but it definitely works in the marine. Look at all of the water here. Even this is the two of coins, an earth card, but we've got ships in the back going up and down. Here we've got the forbidden fruit, we've got the fire, and then we've got a ton of water up here. So this tells me your emotional body is stressed by fear of lack, and you want to be with someone because you want them to take care of you. This is like that ad from Standard Bank or FNB or one Net Bank where they say if your retirement plan is marrying a rich man, think again. They have a picture of this woman on a billboard, huge billboard, and it's like, F that plan. Yeah, I think it's Ned Bank. Yeah, F that plan. That is not the plan to go with. The plan that we have signed off on is for you to be this king of swords, to follow your destiny, so that you can get over these phantom money problems you think you have. Because you have the idea in your mind of how to get the money. And when I say money, I don't mean physical money, I mean material, right? It's coins. But you need to embrace this group 7 meditation, isolation, monosoul directive. This is literally how you get the money. You do the monosoul directive, you integrate yourself so you can become clear on who you are. Look at this. It's Taurus, the bull, and the sun. But Jesus is who is controlling it. That's who we serve. There's Jesus' cross and the two keys we saw earlier. And then here, go with the flow of the outbursts you're having and the messages you're getting. I'm also seeing someone is getting literal downloads of how to integrate and how to express themselves. This is about self-expression. Express who you are. If you don't want to do something, say no thank you. I don't want to. If you want to do something, say yes please, I'd love to. And if in either of those cases someone says no, they are trying to control you. So the next question you need to ask them when they say no is, why are you trying to control me? So if I say, do you want to go to the beach today? And you say no. And then I say, let's go, it'll be fun. You say, why are you trying to control me? And then they'll get upset and they'll leave you alone. That's how you get rid of demons. Because the human inside gets embarrassed and then the demon, they stop feeding the demon. It's monoptics, guys. I told you about monoptics. That's how we use it. And after looking at your situation, that's what you need to use. But if it's too difficult for you because you haven't done the initiation, I've made it simple by giving it to you in the description box, and you can do it in 10 minutes. Jesus, have I done my job? Can I go on? So Jesus, did we create understanding here, Yeshua? Did we create understanding in the kingdom for the relevant parties who need help in this issue? For the relevant Star Marines who need help? Did we do it? Yes, we did it. Hallelujah, praise God. Our fire is coming out the cup. We are not pouring water on our fires. So we have achieved our goal. We have manifested a kingdom of understanding here tonight on the 64th dawn, Merdon of Aethon. And I'm confident that you have everything you need to now venture out into the world, leave your bubble. It's time to be a sovereign soul and be your real self. Hold your cup, hold your primordial energy high as I've done my entire life. It'll make it a lot easier. And then you'll find your dyad. It has been wonderful being here with you tonight. We can feel that you're already shifting into your Pentaclea reality, where destiny is your inheritance and karma is just a bad nightmare that's gone. We thank you for playing this game with us, because if it wasn't for your faith and belief in love, we wouldn't exist. Play again?